There is a very specific, invisible switch that flips the moment you cross the threshold of 65. You don't get an email about it. The government doesn't send you a pamphlet, but overnight, the things that used to keep you awake in a cold sweat suddenly become hilarious. Today, we're looking at the 5 things in life that absolutely require a sense of humor to survive. Because if you aren't laughing at these by now, you are working entirely too hard. Let's start with number 1, the brain. In your 40s, if you lose your car keys, it's a crisis. You tear the house apart, convinced your entire schedule is ruined. In your 70s, you just sit down, make a sandwich, and figure the keys will turn up when the universe is ready. But we shouldn't fear a little forgetfulness. The German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche actually considered it an upgrade. The advantage of a bad memory is that one enjoys several times the same good things for the first time. The man had a point. I can re-watch a mystery movie from 1994 and be completely shocked by who the killer is all over again. It's an incredibly cost-effective way to entertain yourself. Once you've made peace with your memory, you immediately run into item number 2, the medical profession. When you are young, your doctor is an imposing figure of ultimate authority. When you pass 65, you walk into the exam room and realize your physician looks like he just got his learner's permit. Suddenly, you're getting lectures on diet and exercise from someone who hasn't even experienced lower back pain yet. The great statesman Chauncey Depew, who lived well into his 90s, had a rather grim but undeniably funny take on all this medical advice. I get my exercise acting as a pallbearer for my friends who exercise. Now, I'm not telling you to cancel your gym membership. Keep moving, but you do reach an age where you realize the stress of trying to live perfectly might just be worse than having a second biscuit at breakfast. Which brings us perfectly to the 3rd thing that stops being scary and starts being funny. Item number 3, the Great Retirement Fund. For 40 years, financial advisors tell you to save, save, save. Prepare for the future, they say. Build a nest egg. Then you actually retire, and you realize the real trick isn't saving it. The trick is making sure the final check you write to the undertaker bounces. The legendary comedian Henny Youngman summarized the reality of senior finance better than any Wall Street banker ever could. I've got all the money I'll ever need if I die by 4 o'clock. It's liberating, isn't it? You stop trying to impress people with what you own, and you start evaluating purchases by whether you'll actually be around to use up the warranty. But money is easy compared to the 4th item on our list. The one institution that requires more humor than anything else on earth. Long-term matrimony. A young marriage is full of passion, dramatic arguments, and grand gestures. A marriage after 65 is mostly an ongoing negotiation about what temperature the thermostat should be, and asking, "Are you going to eat that?" You know each other so well that you don't even need to finish your sentences to start a disagreement. Groucho Marx, naturally, had the perfect summary of the contract. I was married by a judge. I should have asked for a jury. Groucho was a cynic. But the truth is, a long marriage is a beautiful survival pact. You've seen each other at your worst. You've survived raising children, and now you're just trying to figure out how to operate the television remote together. It's a comedy of errors. And if you can't laugh at yourselves, you're doomed. Which leaves us with the final item, the granddaddy of them all. Number 5. The passage of time itself. When you're a teenager, a year takes a decade. When you're past 65, you go to the store to buy a carton of milk, and suddenly it's Thursday. Time speeds up. People start treating you differently. They offer you a seat on the bus. They call you young man as a joke. But inside, you don't feel a day over 40. Bernard Baruch figured out the perfect mathematical formula for this phenomenon. To me, old age is always 15 years older than I am. And isn't that the magnificent truth? If you're 65, old is 80. If you're 80, old is 95. Old age is always somewhere down the road, waiting for someone else. So we forget our keys. We humor our young doctors. We laugh at our bank accounts, bicker with our spouses, and let time do whatever it wants. Because the joke is finally on the universe. We figured it out. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of those 5 things surprised you the most when you hit 65? Was it the doctors, the money, or suddenly realizing your spouse can't hear the television either? Let me know down in the comments. I'm Walter, and I'll see you next time. There